The stifling heat of the Galilean sun pressed down upon the wedding feast. The air crackled with tension as murmurs rose, whispers of disappointment slicing through the fading remnants of laughter. Someone's head would roll for this. The wine had run dry. A social catastrophe. Worse, a mark of disrespect staining the honour of the host family. I sat among the guests, my mother beside me. Her eyes, always expressive, flickered towards the empty wine jars and then back to me. In that unspoken glance, a memory ignited, a recollection from a past life. That was my last incarnation. I murmured, a confession only she could hear. Her gasp was barely audible, yet the shift within her was undeniable. Shock, yes, but beneath it burned a wild hope. I remember everything. Jesus, they called me. Doubt clouded the faces of those who overheard. Who could blame them? I wore the garb of a common labourer. No halo adorned my head. No celestial glow marked my presence. Yet, that same power stirred within me, not as a claim to glory, but a thrumming connection to the wellspring of creation. I had returned, not in a whirlwind of light and thunder, but in the guise of the most ordinary of men. Sensing the undercurrent of disbelief, I gestured to a servant, a young man frozen by the disarray. "Bring me those water jars," I instructed, pointing to the 6 stone vessels meant for ritual cleansing. He obeyed, his movements hesitant. The water sloshed ponderously as it filled the jars to the brim. "You claim to be the son of God, yet offer nothing but parlour tricks." A voice sneered from the crowd. A smile tugged at my lips, not out of arrogance, but from a deeper understanding. Tricks have their place. They jolt us from the familiar, plant seeds of wonder. Sometimes that wonder is the fertile ground where belief can take root. I reached into my tunic, revealing not some mystical relic, but a small, worn leather pouch. This was a gift, years ago, I explained, my fingers tracing the faded stitching. A spice merchant brought it, calling it wine from the desert. Dried, concentrated, designed to slake a traveller's thirst after long, parched journeys. I untied the pouch, revealing fine, crimson powder within. A generous handful dissolved instantly into the water, swirling into clouds of ruby brilliance. The heady fragrance of grapes filled the air, a tantalizing promise. The feast erupted. Ecstatic cries followed the servant as he carried the transformed water. Glasses filled with the rich, intoxicating liquid, mistaken for the finest vintage. Questions swirled like a tempest, demanding explanations I could ill afford to give. The miracle was both a marvel of simple chemistry and a distant echo of that divine spark. A reminder that within the most ordinary, the dust of the road, a spoonful of dessert spice, the extraordinary resided, ready to be revealed by either human ingenuity or the slightest touch of the divine.